What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dylan the Villain, and we're coming back at you with another Total Extreme Wrestling video 2020. Total Extreme Wrestling. It's Sunday, week 4, May 1997. This is the pay-per-view I have been waiting for a long time. We have a huge main event for you guys tonight. It is Bret the Hitman Hart taking on the Undertaker for the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. We are also seeing The Big Show take on Stone Cold Steve Austin, with the loser being fired. We are also going to see one of the biggest grudge matches in company history as of right now. It is Triple H versus The Rock for the Intercontinental Championship. We also have Raven versus Mick Foley in a hardcore boiler room brawl matchup. We also have Owen Hart versus Kurt Angle in a 30-minute submission Ironman match. That is going to be one hell of a banger. I don't know if my audience is going to like that match or not. But for the first time ever, for those of y'all who are watching this on the YouTubes, I am live on Twitch right now, recording this. So if you would like to say hi to Twitch, if y'all want to say hi to YouTube, that would be great. You know, I don't know if y'all can see the chat on the on what I'm recording, but I'm live on Twitch right now. Thank y'all everybody who are watching on Twitch. I really appreciate that. That's cool and everything like that. So without further ado, we're going to get on into it. In a pre-show bout that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, Lance Storm defeats Jushin Thunder Liger in 13:28 by submission with a single leg Boston Crab. The match got a 62. Not bad. Jushin Thunder Liger and Lance Storm have great chemistry, and it showed in their performance. We already knew that for the long-time viewers. Jushin Thunder Liger with a 56 and Lance Storm with a 58. Crimson Mask says, hello, YouTube. Let's go on to the other pre-show matchup. But before we go on any further, does anybody have predictions of who we're gonna? As the matches come up, I want to see everybody's predictions in chat of what's going on. So we're gonna move on to the next segment. And in another pre-show matchup, we have Edge and Christian taking on the Godwins. And Christian beats Phineas Godwin by submission in 12:36. And it looks like Henry Godwin broke his foot. I was about to say, God dang, Christian done broke his damn foot, putting him in submission hold. But Henry Godwin sustained a broken foot. That sucks. Edge with a 41. Christian with a 40. Phineas Godwin with a 48, and Henry Godwin with a 49. Edge and Christian showed excellent tag team chemistry teaming together. Henry Godwin and Phineas Godwin have the tag team specialist bonus, and announcing quality and color commentary gave the match a boost. Scott, my voice is giving out, bro. I'm still kind of a little sick here. Oh, I was trying to hold off on recording this when I'm sick, but we have some absolute bangers planned for tonight. When I click this button right here, we are going to start the pay-per-view. And, man, that's all I can say about this pay-per-view. I'm expecting some big things out of this pay-per-view, but we are live in front of 50,000 people in Miami, Florida. Excuse me, but we are going to go ahead and go to the next segment. Thank you, Sergeant Slaughter. And we open up tonight's pay-per-view with a 100. We are going to run down the card once more. Our main event is a huge, huge main event. We have Bret the Hitman Hart, the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion, taking on the Undertaker. And Sky, And Sky, I have to say, let me wet my whistle here. And Sky, I have to say, you keep up with everything. You know what's going on. You know that The Undertaker set Linda McMahon ablaze. That The Undertaker is being controlled by none other than WCW's very own Sting. Sting has shown up and said that he is here to cause mayhem, and he is here to bring the war to the World Wrestling Federation. This match has been building up. Shane McMahon has been avoiding and running and hiding from The Undertaker. But Undertaker has proven that he is the rightful number one contender, being a World Wrestling Federation wrestler. Sky Wutai, do you have any pick on who's going to win this epic encounter tonight? We know that The Undertaker will have Sting and Kane in his corner. I mean, he will have Sting in his corner tonight. For those of y'all watch Shotgun Saturday Night, y'all know that something happened with Kane. He lost to the returning Davey Boy Smith. And it seems like Sting and The Undertaker kind of turned their back on Kane and Paul Bearer. What is going on with that? Hopefully we can find out some more answers soon enough rather than later. But Bret Hart has been saying for weeks that he has The Undertaker's number. He knows what he has to do to beat The Undertaker here tonight. Sky Wutai, sorry for cutting you off, but do you have any predictions on who is going to win this epic encounter and walk away with the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship?
I have no idea at this rate.
Not a prediction. Bret Hart or The Undertaker? You don't know?
I would say Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. Sky Wutai is going with Bret Hart. In our other big match, main event match, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Hellraiser, the beer drinker, and the middle finger raising SOB, Texas Rattlesnake. Hard as a $2 steak SOB, taking on one of the biggest athletes in professional wrestling today, The Big Show, in a steel cage. Nobody's going to interfere in this match. Nobody is going to get involved in this matchup whatsoever when there's a steel cage wrapped around the ring. But sadly, one of these men will be fired tonight. This matchup is built up. Big Show is basically working for Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon got taken out by The Undertaker and Sting. We haven't seen Vince McMahon in a while. So Big Show started working for his son Shane. Shane's kind of been going on a little ego trip there, right, Sky Wutai?
Yep.
And he's been kind of using his authority to his advantage here. Stone Cold Steve Austin delivered a stunner to Shane McMahon because Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't give a shit. He delivered a stunner to Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon sent the Big Show. Big Show couldn't get the job done. It seemed like Shane McMahon was kind of upset with the Big Show. And Big Show says, I don't give a shit. I'm not here working for you. I'm here working for me. I want to make money. I want to win titles. You promised me money. You promised me titles. I'm not doing that. So Shane said, all right. Stone Cold wants to lay his hands on me. You want to threaten me. One of y'all is going to be fired tonight. Sky Wutai, who do you have in this match? Steve Austin or Big Show? Who do you think's going to win this match?
Go with Steve Austin.
You're going to go with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Chat, who do you have in the Stone Cold Big Show matchup? We're kind of delayed here also. Big Show said Crimson Mask. Big Show. That's a good choice too. I mean, Sky Wutai says Steve Austin. Crimson Mask says Big Show. In a steel cage. These two men, Stone Cold is a tough son. Stone Cold is a tough son of a bitch. And Big Show, Big Show is the Big Show. I'm pretty sure if Bio was here, he would probably go with Big Show also. Everybody's Crimson Mask says Big Show. This match, I have high high freaking hopes for. This is the Triple H versus The Rock for the Intercontinental Championship. These two men hate each other more. I'm to the point and almost certain that these two men hate each other more than Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. As of this point, their rivalry can date back way before the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which is the first pay-per-view of the save. Dates back way longer than that. Triple H winning the Intercontinental Championship long ago. Triple H has said multiple times that he is entering the King of the Ring, and he is going to win the King of the Ring and prove why he is not a B-plus player, but he deserves to be in the main event spot, taking on people like Bret Hart, taking on people like The Undertaker, taking on people like Steve Austin. Triple H is more than happy to hold the Intercontinental Championship, but Triple H says that he wants more. The Rock had his big opportunity at WrestleMania when he won the Fatal 4-Way matchup to take on Dwayne Gill, but he came up short to the losing end of Dwayne Gill. And The Rock has been slowly and surely gaining momentum. I'm pretty sure The Rock has not lost a singles matchup since the Dwayne Gill matchup. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that for y'all long-time viewers. But I'm pretty sure. And Triple H has not lost a one-on-one matchup since then. Triple H took on Sid for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania to have revenge for Sid taking out Shawn Michaels months prior. But this matchup has a bitter rivalry. Triple H is saying the only reason why The Rock is in this matchup is because of his relationship with Stephanie McMahon. They're not technically dating, but they are really good friends. The Rock's taking her out and everything like that. Triple H is saying that the only reason why Rock is having these opportunities is because he's, quote-unquote, dating the boss's daughter. Will The Rock finally shut up Triple H here tonight? Will The Rock finally shut up Triple H here tonight? Or will Triple H once again prove why he is a main event player and why he says that he is going to win the King of the Ring this year and win the Covenant World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight title shot at SummerSlam? Ooh, my voice is giving out. Also tonight, we will see Owen Hart. Oh, chat, who do you have for Triple H versus The Rock?
I'm going with The Rock.
You're going with the Sky Wutai says we are going with The Rock. Hello, everybody who just joined. We have not started the main pay-per-view. We did the pre-show, but we are still on the opening segment of the pay-per-view. We have not kicked off the pay-per-view just yet. We are still running down the card. Hello, everybody who are just now joining. Triple H, Crimson Mask. Crimson Mask and Sky Wutai are going back and forth on picks here. Crimson Mask. Who do you have for the main event, Crimson Mask? Because Sky Wutai said Bret Hart, so y'all two have been picking the opposite here, so I'm pretty sure you're going to go with The Undertaker. Yeah, he picks The Undertaker. All right. Crimson Mask and Sky Wutai are pretty much going back and forth on this one. In another matchup, we have the 1996 Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle taking on Owen Hart. These two all-around pure athletes of technical wrestling going 30 minutes in an Ironman submission matchup where the only way you can win is to make your opponent tap out. This match is going to be one hell of a matchup. I have really high hopes for these four matches that I previewed so far right here on the screen. I have high hopes for all of them, but man, this is the one match that I hope does really, really freaking good. But I don't know if the audience is going to love a long match like that. is my only problem. This match comes because the debuting Kurt Angle picked up a surprise roll-up win over the veteran Owen Hart. Owen Hart has been pretty much on a losing streak against Kurt Angle. Cannot seem to pick up the win against Kurt Angle no matter what he does. Owen Hart had to take on Vader on Monday Night Raw for Kurt Angle just to agree to this matchup. So we are hoping for one hell of a matchup here between Owen Hart and Kurt Angle. We also have the light heavyweight title with the Mexico Finest storyline. We also have the light heavyweight title on the line when Rey Mysterio Jr. defends his WWF Light Heavyweight Championship against one of his long-term bitter rivals, Ultimo Dragon. We also have the Freak Show storyline here tonight, which is Goldust taking on Marc Mero. For those of y'all watched episodes, we have found out that China and Goldust are now an item here in the World Wrestling Federation. They have been caught by Terry Reynolds, which is Goldust's ex-wife, having sexual relations backstage. This is not a storyline. This is actual shoot information here in the save. Goldust has left Terry Reynolds and got with China. So it'll be Goldust taking on Marc Mero, and I believe a street fight, if I remember correctly, or just a one-on-one matchup. I believe it was a street fight. Marc Mero has been training with Dan the Beast Severn, who is an MMA legend, who is a legend in the sport of MMA. I have to remember we're in 1997 here. We're not in the future. But Dan Severn being an MMA legend, a monster of a man in MMA. For those of y'all who don't know who Dan Severn is, go look him up on YouTube. That man is a freaking... Yeah, he's called the Beast for a reason. So, who do you have, chat, for the Mexico Finest? Will Rey Mysterio Jr. walk away with his WWF Light Heavyweight title, or will Ultimo Dragon pick up the win? Skywuta, who do you have?
First one.
Rey Mysterio Jr. Rey Mysterio Jr. Oh, that's something that Crimson Mask and Sky Wutai can agree on. Rey Mysterio Jr. picking up the win tonight. We also have Goldust and Marc Mero. Who is going to win that one, chat? Goldust, he says. Crimson Mask says Goldust. Thank you for everybody who just tuned in. Welcome to the stream. We are about to kick off the pay-per-view. And we are also recording for YouTube. Everybody say hello to YouTube if you want to. We are recording this and we are going live on YouTube at a later date. I'm basically giving the fans who watch the TEW a treat for being loyal and watching the series and stuff like that. We also have chat. Who do you have for the Owen Hart Kurt Angle? I didn't ask who y'all thought was going to win the Owen Hart Kurt Angle. 30-minute Ironman submission matchup between these two.
I go with Kurt Angle.
You go with Kurt Angle? Sky Wutai says Kurt Angle. Crimson Mask also says Kurt Angle. We also have the King of Hardcore storyline. As we know, our working relationship with ECW has came to an end, but Raven says he doesn't care about that. Raven has shown up, and he is saying that he wants his crown back. His crown of thorns that Mick Foley apparently has. Mick Foley going by Cactus Jack right now. He is known for, in this company, as Do Love or Mankind. But he called out Cactus Jack and says that he is the rightful king of hardcore, and he is here to take back what is his. He is tired of young guys, young kids like the Hardy Boys looking up to Mick Foley and jumping off of ladders and injuring themselves. to shorten their careers, and he is here to put an end to that and take back his crowd and take back what it's rightfully his. Chat, who do you have for that? Raven versus Mick Foley in a boiler room brawl. Raven agreed to face Cactus Jack in a boiler room brawl matchup. Chat, who do y'all have for that one? Raven is God, Crimson Mass says. I agree with that one. Raven is God. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I personally love Raven. Not to spoil any of the matchups, I'm a huge Raven fan. I believe Crimson Mask also is a Raven fan, and he was quite excited that I teamed up with the Hardys with Raven. He says that he's never seen anybody team up the Hardys with Raven the way that I have. What other matches that we have? Oh, we have the tag team titles on the line tonight. How can I forget about the tag team titles when the Steiner brothers take on the newly formed tag team of Adam Bomb and Crush? Who is going to win that one, chat? Scott Steiner cut a huge promo on Sunday Night Heat saying that they're a bunch of fat asses and they don't know how to compete, and they're about to break their back, and they're going to be laying in the middle of the ring screaming in pain while the rest of everybody makes him scream his name. You know the Scott Steiner promo. Alright, my voice is already given out on this one, guys. So, y'all got to bear with me on this. Chat, who do we have for the tag team titles? Will it be the Steiners retaining, or will it be the newly formed tag team of Adam Bomb and Crush? Steiner brothers.
I agree.
You agree with the Steiners. Scott Wutai agrees with the Steiners. So, without waiting any further, let's go ahead and start this pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure everybody is tired of looking at this screen. We are going to start the pay-per-view. For those of y'all watching on YouTube and y'all don't want to hear this anymore, fast forward it. Fast forward to the parts that y'all want to see. I'll try to make little pins of each matches for y'all who are going to be watching this on YouTube at a later date. So we are going to start the show in our opening contest. Why is it this? We already messed up. Great. But we'll work around it. As y'all see, it's Rob Van Dam and Rey Mysterio Jr. Before the matchup, Rey Mysterio Jr. comes out to the ring, and let's say that Jim Cornette cuts a promo and he says, Rey Mysterio Jr., my newest client, Rob Van Dam, who I've been hyping, is coming to the World Wrestling Federation for weeks now. My newest client, Rob Van Dam, who I've been hyping for weeks, who can't wait to step into a World Wrestling Federation ring, is chosen you, Rey Mysterio Jr., as his first target and his first championship he's going to win here in the World Wrestling Federation. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's Ultimo Dragon who wins this matchup. Rob Van Dam will prove why he is Mr. Monday Night, why he will be Mr. Saturday Night, why, even if he's on that lame-ass Sunday Night Heat with the jobbers, why he will be Mr. Sunday Night, and why he will be known as Mr. Pay-Per-View, and why he is the whole fucking show, Rob Van Dam. He is coming after whoever wins this light heavyweight championship matchup. And we go to that matchup. Hopefully we go to that matchup. We do not. What the hell's going on here? Did I skip the match? I skipped the match. So the opening segment, the Rey Mysterio Ultimo Dragon match, got a 77. I'm sorry. I am effing all this up here lately. That got a 77. The Jim Cornette promo, Rey Mysterio wins the title. That got a 81. The Steiner Brother match got a 63. The Steiner Brothers retained the titles. How do I go back to the matchups? I think continue show, right? Nope. Okay, so it goes to that. Wow. So already we're going to a good start as I F up the pay-per-view already. Wow, this is terrible. I guess I clicked too fast. But the open contest was Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Ultimo Dragon. I would love to see what everybody's rating was, but I guess I skipped over that. I guess I double-clicked or something. But the match got a 77, which I was expecting that. I was expecting a low 60, high, about mid-70, so they did better than what I thought they were going to do. The Steiners beat Crush and Adam Bomb to retain the WWF Tag Team Championships, and now we get a hype promo showing the Marc, Mero, and Goldust match and how this feud come about. This match came about because Goldust, at first it seemed that he had the hots for Sable. He was making eyes at Sable, cutting promos, talking about how he loved their body and how they moved and how they walked, and he watches them backstage. And for weeks we thought it was Sable, to find out Goldust has the hots for Marc Mero. Marc Mero, being the man's man that he is, he said, oh hell no, I'm not taking this. Marc Mero he couldn't sleep at night. He started training with MMA legend Dan Severn. Taking MMA moves. Marc Mero has been on a freaking roll, submitting everybody that he can beat with the Kimura clutch. He adopted as his new finisher. This hype promo got a 90. What is up? Digital Data 2. I know that guy. Thank you for joining, brother. Hell yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you for joining the stream, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you for everybody else who's joined. I haven't checked it in a while. I haven't looked over. Thank y'all, everybody else. Thank y'all. It means the bottom of my heart that y'all are tuning in and watching this. It means the world to me. For those of y'all missed it, the first matchup was Rey Mysterio Jr. defeating Ultimo Dragon. And then after the match, after he won his light heavyweight title, Jim Cornette popped up on the TV and said that his newest client, Rob Van Dam, is coming after Rey Mysterio Jr. And he is going to be taking the World Wrestling Federation light heavyweight title away from Rey Mysterio Jr. That is something me personally, as a fan of professional wrestling, I love Rey Mysterio and I love Rob Van Dam, so I cannot wait to book that as the booker of all this. And we also have seen the Steiner brothers take on Adam Bomb and Crush, with that match up with the Steiner brothers retaining the titles. But our next matchup, as y'all can see, is Marc Mero versus Goldust. I explained the hype. We've already explained it. Let's see what these ratings are. This segment got a 90. I don't think the match is going to do that good, but I'm hoping that the match does do good. It got a 75. 75, not bad. Not bad. And about that had great heat and good wrestling. Goldust, for the chat who said Goldust was going to pick up the win. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Goldust defeats Marc Mero in a last man standing street fight match in 12:57, where Marc Mero could not beat the 10 count after Goldust hit him with a bulldog. During the match, we also seen Goldust's newest relationship partner, Chyna, run down and attack Marc Mero with a pipe. Sable couldn't do anything against a very dominant woman like Chyna. After the match got a 75. I was actually thinking it was going to do better than that. I thought it was going to at least do an 80, but I'll take a 75. And after the match, it's sex time, because Goldust is now going to be calling himself the Rated X Dustin Rhodes, and he is rated X because he loves the sex. And him and Chyna start making out in the middle of the ring, showing everybody that Goldust, he loves it. He loves the ladies, and he loves Chyna, and he is making out with Chyna in the middle of the ring. And it seems to be that they are groping each other in the middle of the ring. I am getting word that we have to go. We have to cut the feed to the ring because it seems like Goldust is taking off his suit here. We got to move on to the next segment here. And it is a hype promo of the Owen Hart Kurt Angle matchup, which got 100, which I do not. I hope the match does that good. Showing the hype of what's going on in this matchup, how this matchup came to be. The debuting Kurt Angle. The debuting Kurt Angle. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Don't do that. Okay. The debuting Kurt Angle. Defeating Owen Hart with a surprise roll-up. And Owen Hart has been looking to get his win back for a long time, but every single time Kurt Angle has an excuse. His elbow, he pulled an elbow working out. He pulled a muscle in his elbow working out. He has a cramp in his leg. He's sick. He's not medically cleared. He has the flu. Yada, yada, yada. He's been coming up with excuse after excuse after excuse not to take on Owen Hart. Finally, he said that if Owen Hart defeats his mystery, that if Owen Hart takes on a mystery opponent, he will take it on. It was Vader. Owen Hart picked up the big win against Vader on Monday Night Raw. And Kurt Angle had no choice but to agree to this matchup. This matchup will be a 30-minute Ironman submission match to where you can only pick up a point if you make your opponent say, I quit, or making them tap out. Chat, who do we have for this matchup? Who do y'all believe is going to win this matchup? Is it going to be the veteran Owen Hart, who is known for his technical prowess and his masterful skills in the ring? Or will it be this young, upcoming rookie known as Kurt Angle, who apparently is an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling in 1996? He won the Olympics last year. Will he beat Owen Hart, or will Owen Hart finally have his revenge? Chat is saying Kurt Angle. Are we ready for this matchup, chat? I'm excited about this one. I know that my fans do not like long matches. They hate it when I have a match going over 20 minutes. They absolutely hate it. So I'm hoping this match does not shit the bed. Let me take a little sip of my drink. Got to keep my throat wet here because my voice keeps cracking out. I'm still a little bit sick. Still trying to get over the cold that I had a couple weeks ago. But we are doing this. We are going to go on to the next segment. This promo got 100. I don't think the match is going to do that. 83. The match went way too long for our audience. Kurt Angle with a 93, all fucking ready. Jesus Christ. Just so y'all know, my in-ring performances are highly based on popularity. And Kurt Angle has been quite a popular dude here. But in an exceptional match, Kurt Angle defeats Owen Hart in a 30-minute Ironman submission match. And this is not supposed to be 3-2. It is supposed to be Owen Hart has the ankle locked in. This is a story that I'm telling. Kurt Angle has the ankle lock in. And as the time is counting down, this whole match, they've been trading hold for hold, lock for lock. Kurt Angle showing that he can actually go. And he finally puts in the ankle lock to Owen. And as the timer's counting down to 3, 2, 1, Owen Hart finally taps out. He taps. The referee rings the bell. The time, as the referee rings the bell for a point for Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle barely wins by 1 point with seconds left on the clock. The match got an 83. I'm pretty sure this match would have did phenomenal if it wasn't 30 minutes long, which I already knew this match wasn't going to do as good as what I thought it was going to do. I mean, both of them got a 93. I have to. I'm going to ask chat who to give praise to after this, after the show and everything like that. But Kurt Angle pulling a 93, that's quite impressive considering a couple weeks ago he was getting like mid-80s. So pulling a 93, Kurt Angle showing that he is ready to be a main event star. He was in my developmental for a while, and then I finally pulled him up. He was in ECW when ECW was my developmental for since the start of the save, and I called him up after WrestleMania, and been slowly trying to build up his pop. But Kurt Angle, with his first pay-per-view win, what a big freaking win against Owen Hart. And after the match, he didn't do good following a script, which I don't understand that. After the match, Kurt Angle celebrates in the ring. He is celebrating, and Owen Hart is standing in the middle of the ring, his head's down. You know, he seems upset, and he gets up as Kurt Angle is celebrating in the ring. And he walks over to Kurt and turns Kurt around. And he still has his hands on the hip, and he puts his hand out for Kurt. And Kurt looks at it, you know, and he really doesn't trust Owen. But then again, who can trust Kurt Angle? And Owen just kind of nods his head like, you can trust me. And and Kurt Angle puts his hand out, and he shakes hands with Owen Hart. And that ends that segment. That segment got an 83. We're going to move on to the next matchup, which is Raven taking on Cactus Jack. This segment got a 100, which I'm pretty sure a lot of the promos are going to do 100s because I know who can talk and I know who can't talk and everything. Hello there. Thank you for joining the stream. But this matchup is Raven taking on Cactus Jack. Raven, after our ECW deal for developmental broke off, Raven shows up here in the World Wrestling Federation saying that Cactus Jack has something that belongs to him. For weeks we had no clue what he was talking about. We have found out that he is here to take the crown of thorns, as he likes to call it, and declare himself the king of hardcore that everybody seems to be calling Cactus Jack. Raven says that he's the king of hardcore, that Cactus Jack sold out and came to the World Wrestling Federation and became a watered-down version of himself. Vince McMahon made him dress up in tie-dye and do the hokey-pokey and shake his leg about and do all this stuff to make fans laugh, and that's not the Cactus Jack that Raven become friends with. That's not the Cactus Jack that he grew up with, and he realizes that idolizing somebody like Cactus Jack is foolish, that anybody who idolizes Cactus Jack is foolish, and that's why he took the young Hardy Boys and showed them the way and said that the way that Cactus Jack throwing himself off of ladders into tables, landing on thumbtacks, catching himself on fire is not the way to live your career. If you want a long and healthy career, you need to stay far away from hardcore. So Raven is saying that he is going to take the crown and mold hardcore wrestling in his image and take it away from somebody who is vile and violent like Cactus Jack. Can Raven pull off the win tonight, or will Cactus Jack send Raven packing back to extremely crappy wrestling? Chat, who do we have on winning this matchup? Who do y'all believe is going to pick up the win here tonight? Will it be Raven or will it be Cactus Jack? Crimson Mask says Raven. Will Raven pick up the win? Scott Wutai, I believe you said Raven also.
Yeah.
I can find out because I can go back through the chat and find it. Oh yeah, no, you're not typing. You're sitting right next to me. That's stupid. Okay. Yeah. Wow, Dan. Okay. All right. we are going to move on to that matchup, which got a 91. Holy crap, that's good. But Raven picks up the win in the hardcore Boiler Room Brawl matchup after he pins Cactus Jack with an even flow DDT. Now, I am going to break kayfabe here, and tell you that Cactus Jack was more than fucking happy to put over Raven. He was just like, hell yeah, I want to put over this kid. I'm not being sarcastic in any way, because sometimes, like, certain people don't want to put certain guys who are not quite on their level over, but Mick Foley, Cactus Jack is more than happy to help anybody get put over. Just like another person who lost tonight, who helped put over a young guy. I'll let y'all figure that one out, but he was more than happy to put over a young talent and be like, yeah, let's get that guy to the next level here. But Raven picking up a huge freaking win over Cactus Jack. After the matchup, we see the Hardys. I don't know if it's a segment or not. We're just going to go ahead and go to the next segment. It is the Rock Triple H promo. But after the matchup, we see the Hardys come and Raven sits down, which seems to be like stairs in a corridor, like where he cuts most of his ECW promos back in the day, like something like that. And he sits down on it, and we see the Hardys come up and place a crown made of like razor wire, barbed wire on Raven's head and push it down, and blood starts to come. And then he stands up and does the Raven pose. And then the camera just cuts out, and we go to the hype package with Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler sitting at ringside, and they're just like, what the hell? You know, like, oh my God, what the, like, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that you had to see that. But they start hyping the Rock and Triple H promo. Triple H invented a new catchphrase that is likely to boost his ability on the mic, as he now has a go-to line, which I will make his new catchphrase, suck a luck of my ding dong, or something like that. That Scott Wutan's dying over here. He's trying so hard not to laugh. But, you alright over there?
I'm okay.
Okay. Scott Wutan's just like, what the hell? Alright. But Triple H invented a new catchphrase during this, which I gave them to the mic. The Rock did not do well without a script to follow, which I don't even, that's unheard of. But okay. But this match, these two are bitter rivals. I've said it at the opening of this pay-per-view that these two men hate each other, and I'm pretty sure these two men have gotten to the point to where they hate each other more than Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels right now. These two men cannot wait to step in the ring and prove who is the better young wrestler today in the World Wrestling Federation. Both these men are here to prove to Shane McMahon, to Vince McMahon, whoever's booking this show, why they deserve to be in the main event. Triple H has said it time and time again in every single promo that his time is now, that he loves being an Intercontinental Champion, but he wants more. He wants to be World Wrestling Federation Champion. He wants to be in the main event against guys like Steve Austin, against guys like Bret Hart, against guys like The Undertaker, against guys like Cactus Jack, Mick Foley. He wants to be, he's tired of being in the middle of the card. He is ready to main event a pay-per-view. He's ready to make the pay-per-view money. He is not a B-plus superstar like everybody believes that he is. He's not an underhand crony. He's not a bad carrier like everybody's saying to Shawn Michaels. He's not. He's a champion, and he's here to prove that he not only deserves to be Intercontinental Champion, but the World Heavyweight Champion of World Wrestling Federation, of the World Wrestling Federation. He said his time is now. Will Triple H prove that his time is now, or will he get beat by the young, upcoming Dwayne The Rock Johnson? I'm sorry I used his real name. The Rock. The Brahmer Bull. The Rock. has been on a hot streak here. He's main evented WrestleMania this year against Dwayne Gill for the World Wrestling Federation Championship, but The Rock came up short by getting beat by Dwayne Gill. That is right, chat. For those of y'all are brand new watching this, chat, it is correct. The Rock did get beat by Dwayne Gill for the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. Will The Rock redeem himself and win the championship here tonight? Triple H is saying the only reason why Rock is even in this match is because he is quote-unquote dating Stephanie McMahon. He is dating the boss's daughter, and that's the only reason why he's getting opportunities here. I'm pretty sure y'all see what I'm doing with the storyline here. But Stephanie and The Rock had formed a close friendship, if you will. A very close friendship. And they're saying the only reason The Rock is even getting opportunities like this is because he is dating Stephanie McMahon. This segment got a 100. Chat, who do we have winning this matchup? I'm pretty sure Crimson said Triple H is going to win. Sky, you said The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
It is straight down the middle on this one. Who do we have? Crimson Mask says Triple H. We are going to move on to that matchup. Now, before I click, I have super freaking high hopes that this match does 100. I pray to God that this match gets close to a 100. I have super high hopes for these two guys. I have big plans, spoiler alert, for these two guys in the future. Who is going to walk away the Intercontinental Champion? In a bout that had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat, The Rock and Triple H drew with a double countout. These men went outside the ring and started fighting. They could not keep their hands off of each other. They end up falling outside. They end up fighting in the crowd. They go to a double countout. Triple H retains the Intercontinental Championship. The match got a 99. I believe this is the best match of my save so far, guys. Sky Wutai can testify the huge freaking smile on my face right here. I was hoping, I knew this match was going to be good. I knew this match was going to be really, really freaking good. There's another match on the card that it's supposed to be really freaking good. But I am super happy that this match got a 99. I believe I think I got one more 99, which was Steve Austin versus Owen on Monday Night Raw. In a main event on Monday Night Raw, and it pulled a 99. And I was kind of like, oh. Like, I would rather have it on a pay-per-view. But this got a 90 freaking 9. I'm hell yeah! Alright, let's go. So they drew. Nobody really won, but nobody really lost. But Triple H does retain the Intercontinental Championship. The Three's Company storyline advances. The Rock with a 97 and Triple H with a 95. I believe this is one of the highest ratings that Triple H has gotten so far. Triple H benefited with The Rock seemed off his game. I'm pretty sure it would have got 100 if he wasn't off his game. Man. Alright. We're going to move on to the next segment. It is the Big Show versus Steve Austin matchup. Ooh, lordy. Alright. Y'all know the hype behind this matchup. I don't have to say anything. One of these two men will no longer be employed by the World Wrestling Federation after this matchup. One of these two men will be fired after this matchup, with the winner getting to keep his job and the loser, sadly, having to join the unemployment line. But we are going to talk the match. They both enter the ring. The cage lowers. These two men both have respect for each other. As we've seen previously on previous episodes, they both started gaining respect for one another. But they know And the promo from Shotgun Saturday Night, they know what they have to do. Both men have families to feed. Both men want an opportunity at the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. Both men want to be main event stars. The cage lowers. They lock the door. These two men go at it. Steve Austin has taken everything that Big Show has, but Steve Austin will not quit. Steve Austin gets thrown against the cage. His head's busted open. Big Show is beating Steve Austin to a bloody mess. Big Show chokeslams him. Big Show then calls for the door to be open. And as Big Show goes to leave the cage, Steve Austin is still covered in blood. He attacks. He runs up and hits. He will not give up. He's grabbing Big Show's leg. He's doing everything in his power to make sure Big Show does not win this matchup. Steve Austin's a bloody mess. Big Show then grabs Steve Austin and keeps throwing him into the cage. And then he throws Steve Austin into the cage. And kind of like the St. Valentine's Day Massacre pay-per-view, to where Big Show comes out of the ring and he throws Steve Austin against the cage and the cage opens. And that's what happens. And about that had some sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. We got a 95. Yes. Steve Austin defeats Big Show in a cage match in 10-13 when Steve Austin escapes the cage. With the help of Big Show, Big Show grabs him and throws him into the cage. The cage opens up. And Steve Austin holds onto the cage and he falls to the floor, and Big Show is livid. Big Show is furious of what just happened. Steve Austin is laying there in a bloody mess. You know, the side crew comes out and they're checking on Steve Austin, and Big Show is just pissed. He goes to the ringside. He knows that it's not Steve Austin's fault. He leaves Steve Austin alone. As I said, these two men end up having some respect for each other. They know what they had to do. He didn't take his anger and frustration, but he goes out to the side table where Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler are standing. He destroys the announce table. He's destroying everything. Security's trying to stop him. He fucking wheels security right in the head. He splits the guy's head open like a fucking watermelon. Blood goes everywhere. I'm exaggerating, but he's beating the holy hell out of everybody who gets in his way. Finally, cops come with tasers. They start tasing Big Show. They put him in handcuffs. Shane McMahon comes down to the ring. He's like, get him the hell out of here. Get him the hell out of here. Get him the hell out of here. So next segment got an 86. Get him out of here. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Come on, everybody. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Hey, goodbye. And the crowd's booing Shane McMahon, and Shane McMahon's in the ring, and he's throwing a celebration. He's throwing a party. And and everybody's just booing Shane McMahon. He's booing him. And Big Show leaves from handcuffs. We go to the back. We go to the backstage area, and we see Big Show getting put into a police vehicle as he's getting hauled off. And it seems like this is the end of Paul White, the Big Show, here in the World Wrestling Federation. Shane McMahon was going to have the final laugh no matter who won this match. He can't stand Austin. He can't stand the Big Show. So, it seems to be the end of the Big Show. But with this match coming to a close and this segment coming to a close, we are now... Shit, I wasn't supposed to do that. Damn it. Well, I ruined the main event. I was supposed to hype it up. I thought there was a promo before it, a hype promo. But I guess not. But, as y'all see who won the match. The segment got a 93. So that means Triple H and The Rock pulled match of the fucking night. This segment got a 93. This was the other match that I thought was going to do really good. But they didn't pull it off. Let's find out why. And I'll explain how Bret Hart picked up the win. Okay? Because for those of y'all watch The Save, y'all know that The Undertaker is on some otherworldly shit right now. And he's pretty much been unbeatable, but I will explain that. I want to see why this segment did that. High title prestige, Oral Hebner, Brother Love being the thing. Segment was penalized because the match was too long. I let them have 20 minutes to do their stuff as a big main event thing. But Bret Hart defeats the Undertaker with a victory roll up. He surprises the Undertaker. So during the matchup, they're getting at it, and Bret Hart's just getting his ass handed to him the whole matchup. And it seems that every single thing is not looking good for Bret Hart. Everything is looking terrible for Bret Hart at this point. All of a sudden, you see somebody like some security guy, like we really don't know what he is, and he runs down to the ring, and he has something covered up with a black curtain. And Undertaker is getting up. He grabs Bret Hart, and Bret Hart kind of slips away, and he runs to the side of the ring, and he pulls the curtain off, and it's an urn. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead. Y'all already seen who won. And he has an urn, and he holds the urn to the Undertaker, and Undertaker's just standing there, and he's looking at it. And Sting's nowhere to be found, as we know that Sting's been controlling the Undertaker, and Bret Hart holds the urn, and he's like, get down, get down. Okay, and Bret Hart's like, get down. And Undertaker just lays down in the middle of the ring, and Bret Hart gets on top of him and pins him 1, 2, 3. And that's how that's supposed to go. And then Undertaker just gets up, and he's just staring at Bret Hart, like mindlessly, as Bret Hart holds the urn and everything like that. And Sting's nowhere to be found. We thought Sting was going to be in the Undertaker's corner, but he's not. As y'all watched on Shotgun Saturday Night, he turned his back on Kane. Is he turning his back on the Undertaker now? We don't know, but we're going to go ahead and finish the pay-per-view here. Sky Wutai shouting out our YouTube channel in the chat here.
What's the fucked up spelling?
Yeah, man. What's the messed up spelling there? But I was really hoping. I was really hoping that the main event was gonna pull it, but I am actually quite surprised that. Like, I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be that fucking good. We're going to go ahead and finish the show and see what we got, which I'm pretty sure a 96. Not bad at all. Chad, who should we give the love to? Which, I already know who I want to give the love to. I already know who I want to be like the 3 guys that I'm like, yo, y'all fucking killed it tonight. And I'm like super proud of y'all. Who do y'all think? Chat. These are previous mentions. The Rock getting a compliment here. Bret Hart and Steve Austin at the Backlash pay-per-view. Yeah, Steve Austin and Bret Hart killed it. Triple H, Steve Austin, Bret Hart at WrestleMania. Rocky Maivia, Undertaker, and Doolove. Mankind at the Royal Rumble, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Triple H, Kurt Angle, and The Rock. Yes. That is the 3 guys that I had in mind. Crimson Mask to give the love to. The Rock. No. Okay. Yeah. Can I move this over? Yes, I can. Okay, so I can move this down here. And I can't click on this. Yeah, I can't click on that. But these 2 guys, man, pulled a 90 fucking 9. I believe that is the one of the highest ratings that I've ever had on this save. I was really hoping the Bret Hart Taker match was going to do a lot better than what it did, because the Steve Austin Big Show match to be honest, Rock Triple H probably should have main evented this pay-per-view. Man, they pulled a 99, going a double count out for the Intercontinental Championship. That means Triple H does retain the title. But there was no winner. So, man, that's going to be some big stuff here. Bret Hart defeating The Undertaker when Bret Hart pulled out the urn that Paul Bearer used to carry around to control The Undertaker. Bret Hart used the urn to pick up the win here, which got a 93. And Steve Austin beating The Big Show. That means The Big Show is now fired. Tim Rage 6, which I'm pretty sure I believe I know who that is. Tim Rage, are you who I believe you are? Yes or no? Is that Bio? Are you BioCorpse? Tim Rage 6? He's not going to answer me. He's going to be like, nah, that ain't me, bro. Who the fuck is BioCorpse? Yeah. Sorry about that, Tim. Thank you for joining us, though, man. I really appreciate that. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching the pay-per-view and stuff like that. Yeah. Some of y'all's names, I really, like, I don't know how to pronounce some of y'all's usernames, you know. But another viewer, thank you for tuning in. Brian C. Worldwide, thank you for tuning in. Crimson Mash, thank you for tuning in and leaving us some chats. I have no clue how to pronounce that. Sky Wutai, you want to give it a try? And I'm probably an idiot, you know. Joel Net, thank you for tuning in. Joining the fort, thank you. Lurie Pub, thank you. Sky Wutai and Tim Rage 6, thank y'all for all tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and give the love to... Yeah, we're definitely giving the love to The Rock. We are going to fucking praise on a great performance. We are going to give the Triple H guy, we're going to praise for a great performance. And the Kurt Angle guy, he pulled a 93. A 93 against Owen Hart, who pretty much constantly gets 93s, and Kurt Angle pulled a 93. We're going to compliment him on a good performance. The Rock was very happy with your speech. Triple H seemed pleased. Yeah, that seems like a face that's pleased, all right. And he seems pleased. Yes, his face definitely says he's pleased. We got a 96 for the pay-per-view. Not bad at all. We are going to check some stuff. Hopefully, I don't spoil anything for the backstage viewers. We're going to end the recording for YouTube, but we are still going to stay live on Twitch. Thank y'all for watching the pay-per-view, YouTube viewers. Thank y'all for watching the pay-per-view. This is your boy Dylan the Villain, and like I always say, if you can't play with each other, then play with yourself.